I start it up, I'm dropping frames. This computer's dog shit, I think. That's what it is. Computer's total dog shit. What'd you say? I'm not trying to run a lot. I'm just trying to stream. It's not like I'm trying to play Battlefield. I'm just trying to stream like a candles on a screen. Huh? The computer? Yeah, give me yours. I'm sorry about the technical difficulties, y'all. It's technology, you know? Just horrible. Technology's just horrible. Worst thing ever. I mean, just worst thing ever. I don't know what to say. Like, I'm just streaming, this has got to be, how is this, like, hard on how is this hard on my computer, this? Just green and red bars going up and down is, my computer can't handle it. I don't know what to say. Don't know what to say. Yo, what's good, Vane? Oh, my computer's just shitting out. I don't know what's going on. Could you imagine if I tried to play Minecraft or something? We'd be cooked. Can't even stream candles. Don't buy an Alienware, Chad, I guess. I don't know. I heard good things about him, but no. Horrible. Dude, the thing is, the router's right down, like, it's closer to the router than it was. I think it's because I was trying to stream on Kick, YouTube, and Twitch. But, like, that doesn't seem like that big of a task. That really didn't seem like that big of a task. Wow, this really held the range. That's crazy. It's held the range. So far, so good. We've been in this range for a good bit now. A very good bit. Getting closer to high a day at 77. They got me, man. Like, my computer, I think it's just my computer having a tough time. Which is crazy, because, like, this should not be difficult to stream. This should not be difficult to stream. Just a dog doo-doo computer. NQ trying to attack high day here. That's what we're seeing. This has been really a great range to trade. I didn't. I don't know what to say. I didn't. I noticed it real late. How many make? See, I don't even know the answer to that question, man. I don't even know. I don't know much about computers at all, to be honest. I know I have a $1,600 Alienware that ain't worth a damn. That's what I know. Or how much megabytes? I think it's 1,000, bro. I think it's 1,000. I don't think it's a Wi-Fi thing. I think it's a computer thing, honestly. Like 1,000 megabytes or something. It's fiber too. I don't know. I think it's a computer thing. This market's got to give me something. Otherwise, I'm not taking it. So now you trade gold. I'd like to learn more. Well, brother, I would just say stick around, and I feel like, you know what I mean? When we take trades, I do my best to explain it, and in my opinion, there's no better way to learn than just watching it happen, you know, in real time. It's one thing to spew out a whole bunch of, you know, stuff on a little YouTube video that doesn't really, not to say it doesn't work in the market, but it's better in practice to see it actually executed live. I could work on some videos like that for y'all for like educational stuff, but I see value more in like a live market, you know what I mean? Like a live market and actually executing it in a live market, because that's really what matters, you know what I mean? I could say a million things about why price does what it does whenever it's not moving, or it already has moved, but to see it happen in real time is, I would hope y'all would see more value in that. No, that's where I see value, so that's kind of where I try to focus the channel, you know. That's just how I see value. Not to say I probably won't make videos like that in the future. It's just, I don't know. I'm kind of busy. I'm not really busy, but like this is where I see the value in everything. If I didn't think this would help people, I wouldn't be doing it. It's wireless. I could get an Ethernet, but I mean, Ethernets help for sure. They do help. No question. Certainly, it's not. I don't trade ICT, bro. I trade like market structure and yeah, I trade market structure and concepts like that. Support, resistance, and market structure. A little bit of price action. I don't trade ICT. I don't really think. I really don't think ICT works well with gold actually either. But I wouldn't really know because I don't trade ICT. How old's the computer? It's like not even old. It's like 4 years. It's a nice, on paper, it's a nice computer. It's the Alienware, I think, R12. It's like a $1,600 computer. Just dog shit, man. Well, chat, chop, chop. I mean, we're here, and we're ready to trade. I'm just not seeing anything yet. Not seeing anything yet. This range is obviously clean. Whoever's trading this is killing it. It's just, it's too extended for me, and the longer a range goes on, the more likely it is to break against me. Found it works better on gold. I guess I could be wrong. Yeah, no, I guess there is some ICT traders in the Discord that will call out pretty good gold trades. I guess that's true. I don't know. Like I said, I don't trade it, so I don't really know. I guess I'm just associating it. Most of ICT traders usually trade in Q. I mean, I guess there's an ICT concept right there, right? Is this an ICT concept? There's like a gap, right? So just take it long out of the gap. Is that pretty much ICT in a nutshell, right? Or you could just see that it's making support and take it long. There's a million ways to word things, I guess. Okay, you have a higher time frame imbalance, 15 minute, and then you said go to the 1 minute. Okay, let's mark it out so I know where to track this. 21.890s. Yeah, but no, this respects support a hell of a lot better than it. You know what I mean? Like this imbalance never got filled on the lower time frame. Now this was a 1 minute imbalance, but this is a 15-minute imbalance all the way through like 22. This is like on the 15-minute. That's a whole imbalance. And then I think it left a wick, so the window is like this big. But same thing, it's just support. Just take it off support. Like this market, this current market is respecting. I feel like that's why I'm hearing a lot of ICT traders are getting killed. Support is working a hell of a lot. Look at the 5-minute support that we respected late last night, early this morning. On the 5-minute, look at this support. Higher time frame range, support and resistance is what's working right now. No, I haven't traded with GOAT funded, man. I think I'm done venturing out. I think I'm done. Dude, did we get... All right. I just think it's the same stuff. You call that an order block? That's just support. It's just the it's all just the same stuff at the end of the day. More or less, it's all the same stuff, just through a different lens, really. Should be using ICT gaps and inverse gaps around higher time frame support and resistance. Should not be using them by themselves. Yeah, I could see that. The lower time frame. I don't know. It's the broad lens is to look for high probability, I guess, draws on liquidity is how they would say it. And internally within the market structure, you're either, I guess ICT traders would be looking for gaps, and I would just be looking for support resistance and base it off of the market structure. Have you thought of traveling and trade? Nah, bro, it's because I got 5 animals. That idea is not gonna happen. I got too many animals. Looks like you're looking at a straight to funded account versus like an eval to funded account. Hey, y'all, can y'all run the likes up? I would appreciate it. Sorry for the technical difficulties. That funded account, instant funded account, is probably on the more expensive side. And it just pretty much means you can bypass you can pay higher premium, but you can bypass the eval stage. That's probably what you're looking at, but I can't know for sure. Okay, I'll keep an eye on gold too. If we break under 93, probably try to take it long. We have another level of support in the 80s. Double leg pullback, hold 80s. It's a higher time frame support as well. That's what gave us our last leg up into the 430s. So I'll keep an eye on that. If we break under 93, I'll probably look to take it off this second support. I would like to see it kind of hold at VWAP. Gold's actually moving pretty well this session. Almost better than NQ. It's good to start following you. I appreciate you, brother. How can you determine it's going to be support or reversal? That's a good question. I can try to find an example. I mean, that's got to do more so with market structure, the market structure on the back end. If we're in a strong uptrend, support is more likely to hold and resistance is less likely to hold, right? Just in a very broad sense. But at the same time, there's certain amount of market structure. For me, like, I would have looked at this and we had a really weak close yesterday. There's a lot of bearish sentiment off these highs. And I was looking at it kind of like a failed break above the highs. And this was on data too. So I thought if we saw a sentiment shift off these highs, it would lead to some continuation. And it's just the theme of the market is just every dip gets bought. But sure enough, look, 350 point sell off, and that was on CPI, and pretty much it was bearish all day yesterday after that data came out, and just very bearish sentiment. Even a weak closed at the lows. Everything about it was weak. Overnight sentiment just shifts because we're at support on the hourly. And because we're on an uptrend on the higher time frame, you know what I mean? So there's a couple things there, but yeah, no, I was wrong. I kind of thought we would maybe bleed through these equal lows just because the structure up here was a failed break through a key resistance level and a 350 point sell off, and overnight the sentiment just shifts and we're off support and we're heading higher. So I was wrong about that. I didn't take any losses because I just didn't really trade it, but I expected maybe to bleed through this low a bit, and we didn't. Buys for me and waiting for a break. Yeah, I want to see a break out of the range we're in right now. There's not much for me here. We're 20 points off high a day, so I would think if price wants to break in a certain direction, we probably have a better chance of that. Now, am I just going to go long on a move to high of day that's only 20-30 points of upside? Not really, because I know we're still in a range and, you know, we're not breaking out with volume to the upside. So there's a good chance if I try to get long in this market with all of these lows that can get pulled back into, you know what I mean? Like I could put my stop under this low, but it could get ran and still hold every other low. So it's like, where do I have, you know what I mean? Where could I risk? What would I have to risk for this to still be valid to break to the upside, but not just stop me out? And this is a market that, you know, is grinding up and it's looking okay. It's not a great setup here. It's still in a very big range, and the pullbacks we're seeing off these highs are not small. They're 40-50 point pullbacks, you know, when we do get pullbacks, and we get pullbacks frequently in this bleed up. There's another 40 point pullback. There's another 40 point pullback, right? And we only have a potential 20 point of upside that I would be comfortable trying to long into. So there's no setup here, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? And that's just kind of based on the market structure. I don't really want to trade this range. It's a 100-point range. Price could technically pull back all the way down to this support. And it's, you know what I mean? And it still could be bullish, but this range is, it's too wide, right? The stops would have to go 30, maybe 40, 50 points. Because price could very easily take any of these lows and still go up, but it's just, there's no high setup. There's no great setup for me right now. And look, we're starting to enter a tighter window within this range, so we'll probably see a break somewhere sooner and later. This range is starting to tighten up a little more. We haven't visited the high or the low in I guess a couple hundred trades. You gonna trade the AM session? I don't get up that early, bro. No, I don't. No, I don't. We're just waiting for some movement, really. Has anybody been doing any trading in this range? Probably killing it. Thoughts on entry confirmations? Do you ever look for particular candles, or is it just PA in general? No, kind of both, man. That's a great question. Kind of both. Yeah, I use candles a lot. If I'm looking for reversal, yeah, I would want to see wicks. I would want to see wicks to that side. I'd want to see nice structure, higher lows form if I'm looking for like a long reversal, right? Yeah, all of those basic patterns, right, that we look for on top of everything else, you know. And if I take a trade, I'll break that down for y'all. It's a little easier when I have a real example. Gold longs. Let me check out gold. Okay. You think AM is too hard to trade? It's not anything like that, bro. I'm just I am an early riser, man. I do think there's a lot of manipulation the earlier though. It's just like I've always traded like this, right? I guess you could say my sleep schedule was messed up for the first couple years of my trading career, so I never really grew that habit of like trading, you know what I mean? I never grew that habit. I guess when I started trading, I was working at like a steel manufacturing plant. I was like 18. I would wake up at 4, commute an hour, get there at 5, and just get to work right away. Markets would open up, and I wouldn't get a chance to even look at the market till noon, which is, you know, about right now. And I would try to do my best to take trades at noon, like during the lunch break. And try to trade that window, you know, noon to power hour into the close a little bit. So it's just kind of more like that. I just never grew a habit of trading in the morning. Do you think I should trade in the morning? I mean, if you're having success, bro, I'm not gonna tell you what. If you're not having success, I mean, that's normal for a lot of traders. It's not really a thing about the time of day. Maybe you could try to. I think it's more about the setup than the time of day, but as far as, yeah, time of day, I just never really grew accustomed to that. Everything says up. Yep, I'm seeing that this range is still holding. This range is holding a lot longer than most ranges do. I'll tell you that much. That's hilarious. That was the truth back then, for sure. Let's see. Yeah, I still don't see much, y'all. More interested in gold off VWAP, maybe. Appreciate you, Lone. I appreciate the words, man. Well, we might see a high day break. If we do, I think it'll be better than what we're seeing now. It'll give us some fresh structure to trade off of. I'm very surprised how well this range is respecting, man. You could have executed here, sold here, executed here, sold here, executed here, sold here, executed here, sold here. You get the gist, right? Pretty impressive. Yeah, this range is killing it. I mean, great range. I mean, it's holding, right? People hate on trend lines, but like this shit is, I don't use them often, but if I see a range, I'm quick to draw them out now. It's something I've been doing a little more often. If I see a range forming, I'll draw it out. Because if it's respecting, it's respecting. And that's a long for 50 points. 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 You could have caught 200 points in an ideal you know what I mean? Ideally, if everything was perfect and you waited and you trusted the you know, this trend line and you trusted it, that's 200 points and 4 scalps to the upside, and you can't, you know what I mean? Same here. 50 points to the downside, 50 points to the downside, 50 points to the downside. Range trader, like, that's 400 points, right? If you know, I mean, probably no trader can do that. That's a lot of, first of all, it's a lot of trust in the trend line, right? Which is something I'm trying to build sometimes. So I try to build trust in the range a little more than, I'm usually lean on the side of like, okay, we're gonna break out. We're looking for the breakout. But I mean, good God, you know, there's opportunity in the range for sure. I mean, there's, like, really, if you longed here for 50, sold here for 50, longed here 50, sold 50, you know, it's 400 points. If you were a fucking robot and just did it perfectly, which is very hard to do. Yeah, every time I trust in it, it fails too. I'm with you, man. Especially here, it's still holding it, but it's pretty extended. We've been in this range for what, like an hour or two? It's just a little. It's been going on a little too long. But no, we're bleeding into the highs. Highs are 77. We might see a break finally. What, really? I mean, that's no joke, man. This is a great range. I wonder if there's a trader out there that killed this. 50 points there, right? Long here, 50. Long at the low. Draw this out as soon as you see the couple, right? 50 there. Then sell it down 50. Then buy it back up 50. And then sell it down, you know, 50. Then long it up 50. Then sell it down 50. Then long it up 50. You know what I mean? Incredible. How come I don't see you use any other indicators? What are we talking about? I have VWAP. This is, I use more. I probably use more indicators than most traders. No, I really use VWAP and things like that. But I don't know. I don't know what niche of traders you follow, but most of them don't really even use indicators. Do it. It's just, no, this range is, it's too much now. It's gone on too much for me. Easier said than done, like I said. Easier said than done. Easier said than done. Take a look at gold here. I wouldn't mind trying gold off VWAP there. What's VWAP 95? I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind that. I want to see VWAP on gold, I think. I'm just gonna wait. Oh, you're seeing people doing ICT with a bunch of stuff? Yeah, those aren't indicators, bro. Those are... I'm trying to think what they draw. They're not using actual indicators. They're drawing a lot of shit out, but it's not indicators. You know what I mean? Not indicator by definition. Indicator is something you can come up here and you know, I could throw on ATR, or you know, I could, you know, that's an indicator in my eyes. They draw a bunch of shit out, but it's not. There's probably another word for it, but it's certainly not an indicator, and by definition. I mean, I guess by their definition, it could be an indication that something's going to happen, maybe. Why do you use the volume indicator? I just don't. I used it when I was trading equities and stocks. Sometimes when you have a market that has inconsistent volume, sometimes on the penny stocks, I would use them. The indexes, man, always typically have a pretty decent volume, and it's pretty easy to tell if we have volume or not just by the range and things like that. So I don't really use it. I don't find it that important. Just labeling. Yeah, I mean, concepts. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just going by indicators. This is an indicator. It's something a tangible thing you can put on the chart, and it tracks price history and things like that, and maybe can help you a little bit. There's not many indicators that are good out there. VWAP's very good. Yeah, I don't trade penny stocks. In my earlier days, I did. I think they're a scam. I mean, I know they're a scam. Trading them you can be successful trading them. I remember there was this one guru a couple years ago. I forget I think he's still around. I'm sure he's still around. His whole like claim to fame is that and it's like an infinite, I mean, I guess it's a good idea to sell it to people that don't really know what the hell's going on, but his whole thing is like, I short penny stocks. But the thing with shorting penny stocks is you have to be. The thing is, when you short a stock like that isn't like a blue chip, you're borrowing the shares from your broker or from some third party, and brokers just don't hold penny stocks because they're not an investment. So it's like his whole thing was, oh, I short penny stocks because all penny stocks go down. By 99% of penny stocks go down. Most of them are just pump and dumps. And his whole thing was like, I short pennies, and it has a great track record because they always dump after the pump. But it's very hard to do that because you have to borrow shares to short against, and no company, like nobody holds fucking penny stock shares. You know, Tim Sykes, does he do that? But Tim Sykes says he trades them up. This is the guy who said he traded them down. I was watching with a 27. Yeah, we passed an Apex. We got the Apex account. I'm trying to take a trade on it once we start to get some follow through. I'm up 576 with one gold trade on the this is a funded Apex account now at this point, so nice. Yeah, we passed an Apex with a nice 15k trade the other day. I guess that was Tuesday. What was that, yesterday? Tuesday? 2 days ago? Why do you think they are a scam for long? I don't think they're a scam for long. I mean, you could trade them successfully to the upside, but I think it's difficult to do. No, there's a Chinese guy, bro. There's definitely a Chinese guy. There's a Chinese guy. I forget his name. Apex hasn't requested anything from me, man, because I haven't gotten to a payout yet, so they probably won't ask me about that yet. I don't think they will. I think my trading will be... I'm trying to keep it pretty straightforward in the lens of, like, if prop firms want to look at my trading, I'm going to try to keep it consistent and straightforward, and this is the trade, and I'm not jumping in and out of a whole bunch. This is the trade. Now, give me my payout, because I know... I don't know. I'm trying to just be as consistent from their perspective. You know what I mean? Because I have been denied payouts, and it's just frustrating. So from now on, I'm probably just going to be more like, here's the trade. Do what you will. Try to call that inconsistent or whatever you want to call that. We'll see. Steven Ducks? Yeah, something like that. That doesn't sound like a Chinese name, but yes. Something like that. But it's really it's a good thing. It's a good way to say, it's a great way to sell to newbies the idea that, like, look, here's what I do and these trades work, because penny stocks always dump after the pump. Always. And they dump with so much aggression. You know what I mean? But the thing is, you can't you can't short penny stocks unless you can borrow the shares from somebody, and nobody holds penny stock shares. Nobody with a good enough reputation to let you borrow them will be holding penny stock shares. Yeah, I'm still waiting. I don't see anything. I don't mean to be a bore, but I don't see anything yet. We haven't even seen the lows and highs of the range. They're starting to tighten up. We might have to extend stream into power hour checks. Some penny stocks allow shorts. Yeah, but you got to borrow the shares. You have to borrow the shares. Most penny stocks allow shorts, but you literally have to go out, you know what I mean, and borrow shares, and it's almost impossible to find shares to short against. Today's my 5th winning day in Top Step. Can I ask for a payout? Nice, brother. Congrats. After the market closes, my man, at about 3 or 4, depending what time zone, go ahead and request that payout. Congratulations. That's pretty awesome. Yeah. You can do it this evening. You can do it this evening. You're good, bro. Congrats. You can do it this evening. Lock out. Let the market close. Let future settlement, and give it about an hour or two, and then you can request it. Guess I'm done for the day. No trade. Yeah, I haven't taken a trade today. I've taken like 1 trade today, and it was a couple micros because there's nothing I see confidence in right now. Nothing I see confidence in right now. I like your room. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, it's funny how ranges work, man. They either kill traders or give traders a lot, you know. They either kill traders or give traders a lot. This is either chopping up somebody and somebody's having a horrible day, or somebody's taking advantage of the range and trading it well. You know? Me neither. Me neither. Neither. We'll put another Apex. I think we'll do that Tuesday. I would look if the market was moving well, I would be so down. If the market was moving well, I'd be so down. But man, with that intraday drawdown and this price action, oh, it would not be good. I'd probably blow it up. Yeah, I'd blow it up on. If we're not getting any follow through, it's really hard to pass those intraday accounts. I would blow it up. Same login for the new dashboard. I don't really I don't even know anything about that. I don't really even usually sign into topstep.com too much. I don't really even know anything about the new dashboard. Does everybody have it now? I haven't checked. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't really log in too much. I did buy 100k eval from the new Top Step dashboard, but it isn't populating on Top Step X platform. I haven't sent them a message, but I haven't heard from them yet. That's weird, man. You should definitely message them. I've never heard of that one. Oh, that was for MT? Okay, yeah. Bet. Woo! Tell you what, man. Seeing all of the opportunity here is painful. I want to take it long. I can go get a quick 30 points, maybe. But I know as soon as I take it long off this trend line, it'll break. You know? You're only living from 5 to 9. So gold off support. Okay. Might not be a bad idea. I don't know. Usually when I take gold in New York, it usually lets me down. So, but no, it doesn't look bad. How do you use your VWAP? Just as like a trailing support most of the time. You know what I mean? Most of the time, that's how I use it. Like if we have gold here off support, and then we also can get a little touch off VWAP, yeah, for me I would be long on that market pretty quick on that with stops under like 94. Thing with the VWAP, man, is if it's in line with the trend, you actually have institutional buy orders here, like at VWAP. There's actual algorithms buying the market here at VWAP. You know what I mean? So it's almost sometimes a non-debatable thing. You know what I mean? Like in that sense. Does it always mean it'll hold and give you a nice bounce? No, but that's what VWAP is. Yeah, no, that's true also, Odan. I'm just talking about when we come into it. How do I actually utilize it when we come into it, you know? Pause. That sounded awful. No, it's definitely use it as like a, yeah, like a trend indicator as well. But I'm just talking more so along the lines of like what happens when we actually see price at VWAP. But you're using it the right way. Moved on again. Yeah, there's nothing here right now, chat. These songs give you COPYRIGHT. Yeah, sometimes, man. Most of the time, actually, yeah. But it's worth it. This is what I like to listen to. It gives me an edge. Gives me an edge. Yeah, 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 yeah. Look at. We made it. We made it big, chat. We made it big, chat.
Hogue is seeing when we get Hogue back in here, I'm guessing we might see some shorts fueling this rally higher here. Oh, that being said, P&Ls, payouts, and payouts. Only person that knows them better is JD. JD, come on in, hit us with them stats. What's up, JD?
What's up, guys? Here we go. Yesterday's best top 5 live funded P&Ls. Here they are. At the top, we've got Stephanie pulled $17,561 out of the NASDAQ. Brandon mixed it up between the NASDAQ, micro NASDAQ, and
Brandon. I've been called Brandon all my life. All my life.
micro gold. Took a total of $10,768 out of the live markets, trading those 3 markets yesterday. Nice job, Brayden. Chun-Lin trading the ES and the NQ, made $170 in the ES.
Thank you.
Close to 7,000 in the NQ. Total profit of $7,166 for Chun-Lin. Nice job.
I really have been called Brandon all my life. I've accepted it, bro. Like, I've so accepted it. I've probably been called Brandon by strangers more than Braden.
Dong, $6,444 trading the NQ, and I skipped Chun in 4th place there. $6,479 also trading the NASDAQ. Those are your top 5 live funded P&Ls from yesterday. All right, payouts. We've got some big ones. We've got.
Man, I would have been on that board a couple
ones.
times if I didn't degen out some days.
Live funded payouts. At the top, Jason, $56,380.
Oh.
That's a nice day. I don't care who you are, right? 56 grand in the pot.
All right, back to the trading. Nah. Oh, you've been called. Oh, that's funny. All right, let's see, chat.
Well, it's been some time.
Like, do we hold? Do I try it? Do I try it? I feel like it doesn't hold. We've been in this range so long. More likely to break down. I'm tempted. I'm tempted. Guys. Well, let's see if it starts to bounce, I guess, right?
I sleep like a baby. I never show up late for work. I don't drink whiskey. I don't know how it feels to hurt. Oh, and I ain't been lonely.
Here are those people on Top Step Live. What do you mean? Worst Fest? I've never been. I'm very close to that. It just seems like a whole bunch of college kids that just drink. I drove by it. It's like if we're talking about that, you talking about Worst Fest in San Antonio and New Braunfels. I've never been. I want to go to the Renaissance Festival this year, man. Will you join them one day on live like that? I could. I just have to give them the yes, the yay, okay. We're bouncing off of it. I'm gonna fucking try it for once. For once in my life, I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it. Probably doesn't work as soon. Let's see, right? Because this is always the thing. If the one time I get into it, it probably doesn't work. We'll see. Not a good look. Not a good look.
Wish I could say I miss you, but you know I never.
They offer you, yeah, a couple times. I just haven't. Let's see. This is going to be a case study because, like I say, I always say, like, the longer we're in a range, the more likely it'll finally break against me when I get into it. But this line's been holding, and let's find out, right? Let's see. Didn't put a huge trade on because, to be frank, I don't have a lot of confidence in it. There's a certain amount of trust you got to have in these range trades. Why is it so? It's usually because I identify the range too late. Most of the time, that's why. We'll see though. Let's find out.
Since you said goodbye, wish I could say I miss you. Oh, but you know.
Yeah, bad luck, pretty much. Why do you stream Asia no more? I don't know. I mean, I could go back to streaming Asia, I guess. I mean, we'll see. I'm sure the one time I try to take a little range trade, it won't work. Yeah. I don't have a ton of experience trading the ranges, and usually it doesn't work out for me. So we'll find out this time.
I just know you look lonely.
Plus, the longer we're in a range, my mind tends to shift into that mode where it's like the longer we're in a range, and historically that's the case. Like the longer you're in a range, the more likely you are to break out of it.
No reason to share.
Lower time frame ranges, that is, not higher time frame ranges, obviously. But the longer this range continues, the more likely we are to break out of it.
Just for tonight. Tell me you love me, and tell me you need
Big moves in Asia this week. Man, do we get back to the Asia streams? We could get back to the Asia streams. Have the sunset in the back. We could do that.
and I'll whisper
We could do that.
you're everything I've ever wanted. I'll pretend if you pretend to. Oh, tell me you love me and use me like I'm you.
You think Asia will be good tonight? We'll find out. I'm gonna go to the restroom real quick. Do this.
She said, don't ask for my number, and I won't ask for yours. Some things are best left alone. So just kiss me again, like this never ends, like there's no one waiting at home. And tell me you love me, tell me you need me. I know we both know it ain't true, and I'll whisper you're everything I've ever wanted. I'll pretend if you'll pretend to.
We finally get a break on me now.
Oh, tell me you love me and use me like I'm you.
Are you gonna hold the range? Are you gonna hold the line? Told you. As soon as I take a long off the range, we get broken on. That's just how it goes, really.
I've ever wanted, I'll pretend if you pretend to. Oh, tell me you love me and use me like I'm using you.
Bing bong, bing bong. She reacts a bit. She reacts a little bit off that. Maybe we finally have a successful range trade. Tell you what, I was a little spooked. It still probably maybe doesn't work. But just the longer we're in this range, the less, you know what I mean? The less I like it. If I can catch him early, trust me, you know, I'm a huge, you know, I'd love to get into it, but typically I get into him too late. Worst week of the year so far? Maybe so.
I might sound crazy now.
I had a pretty good
I'll
week,
say it anyhow, 'cause
but all
I
it takes is
want
one good
you.
trade sometimes, though. Doesn't
Hear
necessarily mean the
my
week was good, I guess.
baby. I'll never
I want to say this is shitty price action. I'm trying to look at it through like a optimistic lens here. Like, this is really a great range.
what I'm feeling.
We'll see if I'm proven wrong.
Thought I knew what beautiful was.
We'll see.
There's the sun, there's the moon, there's $1,000,000 skyline views, and there's Rocky Mountain highs, oceans rolling wild and blue.
There's the sun. Oh, we got a fresh hourly candle here.
Then there's you. Baby, just think about, could you imagine life without all those
Because at the beginning of the range, of course, you know it's gonna range.
all
Yeah.
those
No, that's tricky. It's tricky.
things? Now
It's
you
tricky.
know what I'd feel like with
Like
no
if we saw it, like you get if you caught it. This to me is, I'm not gonna say late to notice the range. Like everything before this red box, like this, right? Like if you can see, okay, low high, you don't know it's a range there. Low high, okay, you know, probably still gonna break. Low high, okay, maybe let's start drawing out this trend line, right? Okay, let's try to take it long off here. Okay, and then this trend line here off the highs. Okay, okay, let's trim some. Okay, maybe we sell it. Okay, are we breaking back to high? Okay, no, it's still holding the trend line. We're starting to see some sellers. Okay, let's step into it short. Okay, we're back at trend line here. You know, okay, long, short, long. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? There's opportunity there. It just depends how you look at it, really. Although I do feel like I am very late to the party. I feel like I've shown up very late to the party, and I'm out of dress code, and I've got no friends here at the party. We're gonna hear very late to the party. Although, if this does hold, and now that this trend line, see how extended this is, right? And the trade would be maybe a break back into new high a day. So now, you know what I mean, this is like a 60, 70 point trade maybe, if it works. But we'll see. Yeah, I'm from Texas. We'll see if we get chopped out. Baby, just think about, could you imagine life without all those things? Well, I mean, do I want to move the stop? I'm trying to figure out if I want to move the stop up and tighten up the risk here. I mean, if it's going to hold the trend line, and that's the play for us to hold trend line, then I wouldn't want to see it break a trend line pretty much, right? So, okay, I'm going to tighten the risk up. we listening to? Dude, what is this music? Hold on, this is not good music. It's in the exact same trade an hour ago. I had to stop just in TP and got stopped out on the last dip. Yeah. Tell you, the longer we're in ranges, the more hesitant I am. If this breaks back into 50s, 60s, maybe I'll go break even on it. I don't know.
There he is. Fellas.
You want break?
Of course I want to break.
Welcome back, kid.
Yeah. Something like that.
This 15-minute candle could get a nice squeeze into the 60s. Full body on it. We might see fresh high day break, maybe. Where exactly do I have take profits? I know it's rangy, right? I mean, it kind of, yeah, if we pull back into this trend line, you'd have to respect that, I think. Even if it is breaking through high day. You know it's harder than it looks to walk that line, yeah. Got a man do you need? I know how it is, man. We might be in this trade a while. We're just trying to respect this range, and if it plays out, we're looking for up there at 22,000, like a nice 60, 70 point trade. We'll see. Not gonna rush the process. Just gonna wait. Oh shit! Hold, chill. Y'all can try to stream snipe me. Y'all gotta be in my elo though. Look, he's gonna move his bishop back. I'm going here. Why is this lagging? This guy's 293. That's not bad. It's not a bad elo. Not a bad elo. Yeah, man, we're in a slow trade right now, or what should be a slow trade. So markets are pretty rangy. Trying to get a range trade on, and if it plays out, we'll have a nice little trade. If not, I don't know. Nothing I can do to control it, you know? What did he just take? A pawn? Oh, not bad, brother. Not bad. 293 is, I know, it's pretty bad, but like, look at me, I'm 270. I'm 270, you know. I'm horrible. What is this guy up to, man? I'm gonna castle up. He's aggressive. He took my knight. He's low-key picking me apart. We're even, but I want to castle queenside, I think. Advantage using tick versus time chart. I think if you're looking for an entry on like the 1 minute, I think just switch it to tick chart and you can see price action better. If you're gonna take an entry on a lower time frame anyways, you can just see more trades on the tick chart than you can on that 1 minute. You know what I mean? So I just use it. Like if I'm trying to take a tight in, okay, he moved his bishop. If I'm trying to take a tight entry, I'm just gonna use the tick chart. Okay, I'm gonna castle. It also helps kind of gauging volume because when you look at the tick chart, these candles open and close based on, I'm on the 1,000 trades, right? So that's more like along the lines of, it helps read volume as well. This guy's kicking my ass, chat. I don't love the lack of a bounce off this trend line. We might get stopped out. Might get stopped out. Yeah, we're not really seeing. It's not respected trend line. As soon as we get long, it doesn't want to respect trend line. Might be cooked here. Figured out. Goofy Cuber. I'm gonna try to get his queen on. I'm gonna try to get his queen. I'm gonna trade this pawn and try to get his queen. Try to do something. 5-minute trend broke. Yeah. Wie wilt sie? Oh fuck. He's gonna just take that. I didn't set up anything for a trade. I'm a dumbass. I am a dumbass. I didn't set up anything for a trade. I'm stupid as hell. I just pressured him, but like without any rhyme or reason. I'm stupid. So stupid. That's my fault. That is stupid. Oh fuck. He's cooking me. Okay. Oh dude, this guy just killed me. No, I'm done. GG's. He's gonna take. Yeah, I'm cooked. I'm cooked. 2 L's. Two L's here. Two L's.
She don't need a drink. Ain't nothing I could say. Best be good and ready when Whitley starts to play. Under them neon,
You got me, bro. How do I resign out of this?
she loves to be.
He killed my ass. I don't know what to say.
Those patched hardwood floors with dusted up boards, spinning all night long. And under them neon,
I don't even know how to resign. All right, humbled.
plays the right song.
Come on, market, do something. Do something.
She'll be looking for a dance under them neon.
Range, range, range.
We danced around it a few times, and that's the only time I've come close. I hope tonight when this song ends, she'll say, "Baby, don't let me go." She don't need pickup lines like every guy who's tried before. Just gotta take her hand and lead her out on that floor under them neons. She loves to be on
Double tap, or are we gonna hold?
patched hardwood floors with dusted up boards, spinning all night long. And under them neons,
Looks like it's short here. Yeah, we'll see.
the right song. There's a real decent chance she'll be waiting for a dance.
Still holding at the moment. I hear what you're saying though. Market structure is looking pretty weak here. Can't even really get past the neckline of the range. Not a lot of strength. But I've got the trade on. I've got the stops in, and I'm just gonna let it go. I do see what you're saying though. I do see what you're saying. I would not be surprised if this takes me out. Not surprised.
Oh, you know she'll
Don't love the retest of the trend line here.
those patched hardwood floors with dusted up boards, spinning all night long. And under them neons, if the band plays the right song, there's a real decent chance she'll be looking for a dance under them neons. I won't miss my chance when she's waiting for a dance.
Under them. Buyers losing momentum. Looks like it, man. Looks like it. Looks like it. I'm not gonna bail out. I've already got the trade on. I've accepted the risk of it. But yeah, it doesn't look good. Does not look good. Typical though. This is a case study though. Is really what this is. Every time I do take a long off a range, it does break. I kind of figured this would happen. I can't really be that upset about it. I told myself I wouldn't trade it. I told myself I wouldn't trade it because it is so extended. And then I say, okay, we're at the lows. Let's try it. And sure enough, we're not gonna hold. Can't be that mad. I did say I wouldn't trade it and decided to trade it, right? Who could I be mad at? Only can be mad at myself.
She saw me look at you from across the room.
Didn't put a lot of size into this trade just because I knew it was.
Not like a plan.
It was a range and it was respecting up until this point. It was we've been in this range for a while. More likely to break out than anything, I guess. We'll get ran here. No, that's just how it is sometimes. Whenever I take trades, like we're working on figuring out how to trade the ranges a little bit more because I would love to, right? It's just more so a thing like this is more of an experiment, to be honest. Just because I know it's like I'm trying to get comfortable with it, but every time I do take it, it always breaks. So I mean, I'm not even upset really with that. I kind of figured that would happen, to be honest with you. Anytime you try a long, you get smoked, period. Yeah, it's tough. No longer valid. On the back end of my entry getting stopped out. No longer valid, right? Now it decides it doesn't want to hold up. Beow, 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 beow. Chop City, Chop City. Got support at 920. Do we hold that? There's a touch and go off 917. Did we hold this support now? Look, you want to try it again off support? Never mind, too much volume on that. We'll see a break. What they're thinking. I like the 1,000 tick a little more than the 100 tick, I think. 100 tick's very crazy. I like that 1,000 tick a little bit. Let's see, does this market want to sink under 900s? Does this market want to sink under 900s here?
Today was one of those days, it drags too long and it's too late for me. Sometimes I get to wondering why I chose to live this reckless life I lead and rope you in with me. Can't blame you for playing these games, just driving you insane the way I'm treating myself.
You've been in New York? I've never been. I've never really even been Northeast like that. The highest I've been is Ohio. Look at that little wick. 11. Might lose 900s here. Let's see. Get some volume. Do we take out 80s as the next support? Do we take out 80s as the next support, or do we find buyers off that 900 touch? There's some buyers here. 917's popping. 20s. Look at that. Bounce at 900 looking nice. Still at support. Do I want to take it long? Do I want to take it long? Stops under 80s for a run back into the high a day, possibly? Thinking about a quick little long scalp into the 30s, 40s if I can get a fill sub 20, like a quick trade if we hold these lows. 20 points of upside for 20 points of downside risk. No filler, no filler. No filler, no filler. How about outside US? I've been to a couple of tropical places. I've been to like I guess I've been to pretty much all the cruise ports in Mexico on the east shore. Out of the Gulf. Been to the Bahamas, been to St. Thomas, been to St. Martin. If it's outside the US, it's probably a tropical place I've been to. Go feel it. I might pull this order. It's come down and pulled into where I would like to see it reverse off of, and it first of all, it didn't fill me. Second of all, it's having some difficulties pulling back through 25. So I'm gonna pull it off. Numbers on a mailbox used to be street.
I guess you were right. I should have left when you did. The house you made a home is now just a house again. These days, all I hear is an echo of you saying, baby, don't go in your goodbye. If you came back, you'd be surprised. You wouldn't even recognize.
I'm gonna try to get some scalps going here in a sec. I'm gonna scalp the fuck out of this market. You got VWAP at 870. Look, I mean, is this Head and Shoulders filling out on the hourly? Yeah, it kind of is. Head and Shoulders filling out on the hourly. It's time limit for activating past comments. The top said 30 days. I have no clue, man. You have to check in with them. I've never even looked at that. Contemplating trying to get long back if we get a touch and go off 17. Stop would probably be 05. For if we get a triple touch, we'll probably break it. So tight risk, and then we'll see if it pops 30s. As of now, there's no entry. I want to see 17 on it for a break back through 30.
I've been doing better. I hardly ever think of you lately.
Order filled.
All right, stops at 905. I'm gonna try a quick scalp here.
All sunshine,
Or I guess the lows here. If we get a triple touch, I don't want to be in it anyways. I want to see you break a 30s here. I want to see you break a 30s here. A little bit of hesitation to crack 25. So we're risking 10, and I want to see a break a 30. So yeah, another 10 points to the upside. Need to take out this high 25 first. Need to break out above 26. I'm gonna try to. I want this to kind of play out quick. If it hesitates too much, I might pop out. The risk is very tight. 10 points. I'm waiting and waiting. I want to see 30s break. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I don't want to see it fell through the high 20s. I don't want to see a wick back into the low 20s. Kind of like price action play at this point. There's 30s. Want to see continuation through mid 30s. That's what I don't want to see. If that comes back, yeah, I'm gonna go break even. This is meant to just be a very quick scalp. Y'all might not be able to keep up with this just because it's so quick. But if this is gonna clear 30s, it needs to happen now. I don't want to see a retest of my entry. I'll probably shed some at 37. If we pop it. We gotta pop it first. 32. I'm gonna trail. I'm gonna trail it up. Like, if this is our low, we want to see pretty quick continuation through 30s, 40s, right? Back into at least the range, a little bit deeper into the range. So I'm just kind of tightening everything up, tightening everything up. As this you know what I mean? As this trade is proving to me that it's playing out to the upside, I'm trying to manage the risk as well as I can. Now, can it retrace it and kick me out of trade? Sure as shit can, but I'm okay with that. Getting into a trade with this setup where it's tight risk to begin with, I'm okay managing it this way. You might get stopped out. I'm just trying to follow the momentum up. Truth is, if it fails here, we're probably taking the equal lows of the range, right? So trying to give it room, but not too much room, right? Probably get stopped here. I like how I managed that one. Let's see if I'm right. Exhaustion at 30s may trigger breakthrough 900s. Let's see if I was correct. And it corrected trailing the stop right there. We'll see. Looks like I was correct. There's some whippy volume down. VWAP, yeah, VWAP can be, it's fucking weird sometimes. It's still in the 70s. But yeah, whenever you zoom in on the tick chart, it like changes. I don't know. It's tricky. Bow down, bow down. I booked it from Austin to Houston. Let's see, we might take 900s out. Looks like a break of 900s here. Just fly on by. Take all that I have, all that you can, I don't mind. Just take your time, taking mine. I hope I've got a lot of years left in me. If you want, they're all yours to take. So think you ES, what else is worth looking at? Great question. Personally, I like trading gold. So you need the COMEX to trade gold. Yeah, you need the COMEX to trade gold. So I trade gold and NQ, and those are the two ones for me. There's other markets, though. There's outside of metals, there's crude. Some people have success trading crude. See, I don't pay for data, so I can't even look at crude, but I think those are probably the big three: gold, NQ, crude. Hey man, how you doing? Archeros, how you doing? Hopefully I pronounced that right. It's not horrible structure to try to make a run back into the high day. Only about 50 points off of it. If this low wants to hold. Bitcoin, yeah, dude. I'll yeah. Literally once in a blue moon. A lot of prop firms don't let me trade Bitcoin. That's kind of what the issue is. More profitable for you? I think NQ probably is more profitable, yeah. Now, when gold was breaking into all-time highs, I was killing it. Yeah, no, I pay a pretty penny for the fees on a micro with Top Step Live. It's not cheap. What a range today, man. What a range today. Am I right? What a range today. You journal? Not really, man. Not really. I'm just waiting to see if Vinky wants to crack through 900 here. Nice. Damn, $1,700 up on 3 micros. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, I've seen this range and I had seen the range. I mean, it at this point this was 2 hours, 3 hours of a range, I think, maybe a little less, and I think I took a long here that just got stopped out. But no, it's been nice. It's been pretty much respecting this range today. I'm interested to see if it's gonna hold 900s here. Yeah, you gotta love that though. 3 micro, $1,700. Heck yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, it takes a lot, but if it's holding the range, man, and you can, yeah, heck yeah, because if it, you know what I mean, it's worth it, right? If you can take a couple trades out of the range, worst case scenario, you lose with 3 micros, like 100, 200 bucks. But if you trade this range and just killing it, Yeah, whenever I am trading ranges, I size down too. I don't like to use a ton of size in the range, but it can compound. Like that's what I was saying. Yeah. Looks like you killed it. Nice. I was saying 50 point long here. 50 point short. I don't know if you're trading both sides of it. 50 point long. And it's a wide range too, which is awesome. 50 point long, 50 point short, 50 long, 50 short. Yeah, this is looking pretty weak here. We'll see. Probably breaks 900 off these failed highs. I'm gonna be patient. Let it lose 900 right now. He's short and long at the same time. No, I mean you could technically, but a lot of firms have rules against that.
Her hands wrapped up in mine, tears rolling out of her eyes. No messing with a made-up mind.
Looking pretty weak here. I kind of want to sell it through 900s, but it's not a great entry. And I would have to stop it out above 40. But it does look like one to break. Thoughts on DCAing when the trade goes against you? Is your main strat with pullback style? You think it's sustainable? Probably not. Probably not. This looks like it wants to crack 900. I would have liked to sell it here more than I like it now, but yeah, this is looking heavy. Looking heavy. Might see a break. It's holding 904. Nice bounce. It would need to pull into some type of equal high here though. It's a decent bounce. It's a decent bounce. It's just support on the hourly, right? I don't hate it. Price action's telling me we're holding 900s. I'm gonna get, oh fuck me, I'm gonna get long stops out of below 900. Try for a play back into the 30s, see if we can reclaim the high of the range. Playing a lot of these with pretty tight stops, but at the moment, price is holding 900, so. And this is hourly support as well. 50 points off a high day breakout. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. Try to get break even as soon as possible, preferably. 15 points of risk for 20, 25, maybe 30. Yeah, if it can get back through 50s. I will try to get break even pretty damn quick if we can take a high. If we can take a high, right? If buyers can take this first high, 28, I'll go break even pretty quick. In fact, if we fell here and come back down and retrace, it's not going to totally invalidate the trade, but I almost want to tighten the risk up as much as possible already, now that we've proven there's a bounce off 900. Because if we retest 900 for the 4th time, especially on the back end of a lower high, I don't know if I would like it. Kind of want to tighten the risk up a little bit. I'm going to tighten the risk up a little bit. Stop's now 909. So cut the risk in half. This is about, you know, where we should see continuation through 30s, 40s if it is truly going to make the move off support. And so I'm just tightening it up as we go, and we'll see. Why micro over mini? It's not great price action today, and I'm just going to trade the micro today. I had a pretty good day yesterday, so I'm going to ease back into the size. I'm not going to go crazy on it. Plus, it's just the structure is very, very rangy today. A lot of wicks. I don't want to get stopped out trying to use minis in a market that doesn't have a lot of clear follow through. tequila. Yeah, we can break into these highs 35s. I would love to get break even on this one. Love to get break even. We need another 15 points though here. Don't roll off my tongue. Just taking the long off hourly support. See if it wants to hold range. See if it wants to hold range. Not bad. Not bad. Can we crack 30 on it? Realistically, if we get back to high a day, okay, $700-800 trade. If I have the sack to hold up into high a day, I break at 30s and we're looking at 50 points. So another 50 point leg up, you know, on the retest of the hourly supply. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. I wouldn't hate it, especially if I could get it to break even pretty quick. But I need it mid-30s first. There's one day. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and move break even, chat. Pray for me! Pray for me! Pray for me! Pray for me! I'm gonna go get a water, y'all.
She brought the rain, rain brought the pain, pain brought the bottle I was sipping all straight. Ain't on you, but you got the blame. Hey, weatherman, hey, weatherman. Woke up this morning in boots and jeans, living room lit by the TV screen. Channel 5 news, it was you and me. Hey, weatherman. You said it was gonna be a bluebird day, so nice it'll take the blues away. Look outside, it was nothing but gray. Hey, weatherman. And tin roofs singing me a heartbreak song ever since you got gone. She brought the rain, rain brought the pain, pain brought the bottle I was sipping all straight. Ain't on you, but you got the blame. Hey, weatherman, hey, weatherman. You said the sun would fill up the sky, but the sky hit the ground when she said goodbye. Was counting on you, you were
Talk about getting bottom ticks. If this trade didn't work out, I don't know if we're gonna see much follow through in this market. Power hour run up to high day is possible. You just need to hold. You need to find a higher low and break into the highs. Obviously, we know what needs to happen, right? What do they call it? Preaching to the preacher. What do they call it? Preaching to the pastor. We know what we need to see. If we get follow through, that's great. If not, we might just not see anything today. Stopped at 18. Can't do nothing about it, Chad. If it works, it works. And if it doesn't, it doesn't, damn it. Hey, man. Respectable. Preaching to the choir. Respectable. If this takes me out and pops, I'm gonna be pissed. I will say that much. Dude, if this took me out and pops, I'm gonna be pissed. Like, really pissed. Like, flip the desk over and shit pissed. It fucking took me out by a tick, it did. That's pretty annoying. Oh, I'm gonna be livid, I think. I'm gonna be livid if that shit just took me out in pumps. Oh, I'm frustrated. Oh man, I am hot right now. I am frustrated, to say the least. Average white guy. I am just disappointed, to be honest with you. I am just fuming. I mean, that was my tick. The stop was on the tick stop, 18. I am just. What's another thing an average white guy would say? Like a white guy dad. I am just fed up with it. Yeah, it did me dirty. Well, now I kind of hope it dumps back down so that my trade wouldn't have been valid at that point. Like, if it's gonna take me out, I hope the trade isn't valid, because then I would feel horrible. Right now the trade's valid. It doesn't take much to clear this range back into the 70s. Oh, we just got stopped out by a tick for this thing to run through 40s. That is that's tough. See, that's why it's a thing where it's like, man, do I really want to move to break even so quick? In this case, it wasn't a right move. Well, price just ran 20 points to the upside. Took me out and ran 20 points to the upside. Maybe that wasn't a good... See, this is why I prefer it to clear whatever the structure is. Like, if we're looking for a break higher, and I'm in a long down here, I would much prefer it to clear the recent high. You know what I mean? That first initial high, I'd rather have it clear then go break even, right? And it didn't clear, and then I went break even too quick, and then it touch and go off, and now it's breaking. I did it too quick. I did it way too quick. Way too quick. And that just fucked up my whole trade. That's something we gotta work on for sure. Mamma mia.
So one day driving home, I pulled over to ask. I said, man, where did it all go wrong?
Wrong.
He said, son, do you really wanna know? My daddy left for another woman, moved off to LA. My mama fought hard against that cancer. She died when I was 8.
All right, y'all. I think we dip off. A little flat, pretty much a flat day. Not a lot. I mean, wow, great range. If anybody did well in this range, props to you. I'm not gonna say it was bad price action, because this, in hindsight, there's a lot of opportunity here. 50-point ranges. We just got to be able to identify it and actually be able to execute on it, which is easier said than done. But I think we missed this. It's too high for a re-entry, and we got stopped. And I don't know. It may not even show any follow through. But yeah, we're in a range here, and I'm not gonna say it's bad. It's not bad. But I'm gonna dip off, and we'll be back at it tomorrow, man. We'll be back at it tomorrow. I wasn't even able to trade the AVIX account. It's too rangy. I would take too much drawdown on this range with the intraday, you know. I gotta activate some trade day accounts and stuff. But yeah, I think I'm gonna dip off. Appreciate y'all for stopping by the stream, man. Forgive me for the technical difficulties. I'm gonna go help out the girl with some stuff and do some other things, and maybe if things get interesting, we'll be back for an Asia session, like a little Asia session up here.